talk about this mystery illness in dogs that's been all over the news. If you're anything like me, you're probably a little bit worried about it. I know that I'm very nervous about it. So here's everything that we are doing to try and prevent Vigo from catching this virus. Let me begin by saying that I'm not a vet. I'm not a medical professional. This is just me as a dog parent trying to educate myself and try to do what's best for my dog. So to start off with, what is this mystery illness? This is a virus that doesn't seem to respond as well to antibiotics as typical dog viruses do. Symptoms can include coughing, sneezing, nasal or eye discharge, lethargy, trouble breathing, and blue or purple gums. And from what I can tell, there's like 3 levels to the virus. The first is that cough that I talked about, which can last for up to, I think I read 6 to 8 weeks. The more advanced manifestation of this virus is chronic pneumonia. And then there's that final level of the virus where dogs will show severe pneumonia that can often lead to death within 24 to 36 hours. And this is why I think so many people are worried about it, is because it's not like a slow running thing. It seems to have a big impact very fast. In terms of how the virus is passed along, from what I can tell, it's mostly passed on by physical contact between dogs. So things like dog parks, dog grooming, dog boarding, doggy daycare. Taking your dog outside doesn't seem to be a risk. It's if they're interacting with other dogs. As of today, which is November 29th, here is a list of all of the states that have cases. States with cases start to see an increase in cases quite quickly. So for example, there was a vet in Colorado who said that between October and mid-November, she saw about 30 cases, but now she's starting to see about 2 to 3 cases every day. It does seem to be quite contagious. The Colorado Department of Agriculture said that veterinarians in their state are currently reporting that they are seeing double the number of cases than what is typically seen during a canine infectious respiratory disease outbreak. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes to make sure I get this right. So again, this does seem to be quite a contagious virus. The good news is that most dogs who develop pneumonia do seem to recover, but where it can become quite dangerous is where that severe pneumonia comes in, that 3rd level, where within 24 to 36 hours it can progress very rapidly, and there doesn't seem to be much that can be done to help them once they hit that stage. So here is what we are doing to try and help Vigo not catch this virus. First of all, we're not panicking. I'm going to continue doing what we're doing with him in terms of taking him to the park, not the dog park with other dogs around, but just the park near our house. I'm going to continue taking him for walks. I'm not going to kind of lock him in the house and insist that he not go outside for risk of catching this virus. I'm also going to call my vet and just double check that he's up to date with all of his vaccines. I'm 99% sure that he is, but I just want to be 100% sure and make sure that I've covered all my bases. We are also going to do what we've always done, which is continue to avoid places like doggy daycares, groomers, boarding kennels, all-leash greetings. And I know that this is especially difficult with the holidays coming up, because this isn't the case for us, but if you are traveling and you were planning on boarding your dog, I would highly recommend reconsidering if there's any other option for you, just because they are anticipating an increase in these cases following the holiday season because of so many dogs being boarded for Christmas and the holidays. At the very least, I would double check with your boarder. What is their plan to try and prevent the spread of this virus? Like, do they have any protocols in place? What is their protocol if a dog starts showing symptoms? Do they isolate that dog? Like, what's the protocol? And finally, if your dog starts to show any symptoms, even if it's a cough, even if it's lethargy, even if it's anything, get in touch with your vet ASAP, because the sooner that you can identify that your dog has caught the virus, the better. I think it's really easy to think, oh, I'll just wait a few days and see how it goes. This virus can act so fast that you don't want to wait. So make sure you call your vet as soon as you see the earliest symptoms. This is the best information that I could find as of today, the 29th of November. My heart has been breaking for the dogs that I've seen who have been victim to this virus, who've sadly passed away like that. I think seeing their stories also emphasizes the severity of how much we want to avoid this virus coming into our home. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, if you have better, more up-to-date information, please drop it in the comments. And I hope this helps.